Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut this beautiful cow neck, and I'm going to show you two methods in which you can achieve this style. So if it's something you would love to learn, keep on watching, like, share and subscribe. It's been a month we posted here. That is because I've been so busy lately, so I want to use this opportunity to thank all my new subscribers and my returning subscribers. You guys are the best. So without further ado, let's jump right into the main video. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to take our basic measurement, and up here I'm going to rule a straight line which is going to serve as our starting point and our shoulder line. So from that line I'll come down to mark my bust point, which is 10 inches. Then I'll come down to mark my waistline, which is 16 inches as well. So I'll go ahead and extend all the lines across. So I'll come to the shoulder line up here and divide my shoulder by 2. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. I'll mark it there. At that point I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. Then I'll connect my shoulder slope into the neck width with my straight rule, like so. Then I'll come down to mark 3 inches for my neck depth, and then I'll connect from the neck width into the 3 inches this way. So this is my waistline, my bust line and my shoulder line. The next thing is to get our arm length. How to get your arm length: divide your bust by 6, then add 1.5 inches. I got 7. So I'll go ahead and extend this point across, like so. Then on that line I'm going to mark what I have as my shoulder measurement on this line, which is 7.5, to get a straight line. So I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to this point we just marked. Then I will label this chest line. So I'll come here and mark the midpoint of this line, divide this line into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. Then at that point I will go in by ½ an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. I'll mark it here. Then I'll connect all these points all the way to the shoulder slope to form our armholes. So this is it. I'll come to the waistline to mark my waist measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. My waist divided by 4, I'm going to mark it here. Then I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll add the 1 inch here as well. I'll go ahead and connect the 2 points together like this. The front pattern is not going to have a dart, so this is basically it for the front pattern. It's a very simple tutorial. Trust me, if you pay attention to this video to the end, you are going to draft your pattern paper and sew this cloth within 15 to 20 minutes with so much ease, without stress. So do well to pay attention to every detail in this video. Like I said earlier, we have 2 methods or more than 2 methods of cutting cow neck, but for this video I'm going to show you 2 methods in which you can use to cut your cow neck. For the first method, we are going to mark 1 inch on the shoulder slope all the way to the end. I'm sorry that the camera didn't capture this part very well. Mark 1 inch on your shoulder slope all the way to the end. Then you connect with your curve like the way I'm doing in this video. You see what I'm doing? Connect the 1 inch like this all the way. Then we are going to cut through these lines, and then we'll do slash and spread method. So we are not going to cut through these lines yet because we are still going to use this pattern paper to achieve the second method. So we'll leave this for now, and then we'll come back after we are done with the second method. We'll come back to the first method. For the second method, you can either cut through your chest line here, but if you don't want your cow neck too revealing, you can come up by 1 inch from the chest line like the way I just did. Then connect it back into the chest line, and then you cut all the way, and make sure you don't cut completely. Make sure you don't cut the pattern paper completely. So we're going to bring in another pattern paper here. We're going to do slash and spread, right? We're going to place this pattern paper on it, and then we are going to move this. You spread this as much as you want. It depends on how full you want your cow neck to be. You can do 7, 8, 6. It depends on what you want. Then you connect every other thing. You come up here after you are satisfied with the volume, and then you connect a straight line like this. And then you are going to cut. Make sure you notch your shoulder slope, and that is basically it for the first method. For the second method, we are going to cut through these lines we ruled earlier. Make sure you cut through all these lines we ruled earlier like this. It's almost the same with the first method, so you just decide on which one you want. Both of them work perfectly well. Make sure you close that first one up before you cut through all these lines. Then you are still going to do slash and spread here. We are going to spread all these lines, so you can decide to do 2 inches, 3 inches, 1 inch in between. The more inches you use, the more volume it will give you. So this is basically it for the front. Some said the first method gives more volume than the first, so you try the both and decide on which one is best for you. So that is basically it for the front pattern. For the back pattern, we are going to rule a line here, which is going to serve as our starting point as well. Then I'm going to mark 2 inches for my zipper. You can decide to use 1 or 1.5, right? Then we are going to take our measurement from my shoulder to my bust, which is 10. Then from my shoulder to my waist, which is 16. I'll go ahead and extend the line across just the way we did on the front pattern. So I'll go ahead and label the lines. This is my waistline, my bust line, and my shoulder line. I'll come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2, just the way we did on the front pattern. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then I'll mark my neck width of 3 inches and connect all the way. Make sure all your measurements are taken after the zipper allowance. For my neck depth for the back, I mark 1 inch, then I'll connect all the way to the zipper allowance. So I'll come down to mark my arm length. I'll rule a straight line. We are literally repeating what we did on the front pattern. Make sure all your measurements are taken after the zipper allowance, okay? Then I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to this point. This is our chest line. I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4. I'm going to mark it on the chest line. I'll come here to get the midpoint of this line by dividing it into 2 equal halves. At that point, I'll go in by half an inch. Then I'll go ahead and connect with my curve rule all the way to the shoulder slope this way. The next thing is to mark our dart. So I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 3.5. I'm going to mark it on the bust line and on the waistline. Then I'll connect the 2 points together with a straight line. I'll come to the waistline, mark half an inch on both sides of the line. Then I'll connect all the way to the bust line. So I'll come to the waistline and impute my waist measurement. Because we've already marked our bust measurement, my waist divided by 4, I will replace the 1 inch for that and then add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll add the 1 inch for sewing allowance on the chest line as well, and then I'll connect the 2 points together like so. To eliminate zipper bulge, I'm going to come to the waistline here on the zipper allowance, then mark half inch here, then I'll connect it all the way up slantly this way. So this will prevent our zip from bulging after sewing. So this is basically it for the back. It is very, very simple. If you have watched to this point and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do wait to hit on the subscribe button. Also turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first person to be notified anytime we drop new video. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, do wait to comment as well, so that your algorithm can recommend this video to more people. Comment if you have anything you want me to attend to, any issue at all, drop it in the comment section. I promise to attend to it. See you in my next video.